What's up, viewers? Okay. I believe it is working. I hope it is working. Here we are again playing Cultist Simulator. Time to simulate this cult. Yeah. It's been a rough week, but let's go back to the 1920s or something. I'm not entirely sure. What is going on here? All right. All right. What are we doing in this playthrough? We are doing a Forge playthrough. Ascension Power. 4th mark. So, once this gets up to the 6th mark, then we are ready to ascend. And in order to ascend, we use a rite. Probably this one will work. So, for example, we have our assistant. We have Furnace PN. 12. Nice. 12. And we need some... For this rite, there are many rites we could use. That's only 4. If I could get... Oh, he's in the glory. Yeah, that's something else. Interesting. I think that's how we do it. But never mind that for now. If I can get up to 36, right now I've got 24. If I can get up to 36, then I can win the game. And this one can be boosted to 14. If I do it correctly, this one can be boosted to 14. And we got King Crucible is 12. That's good. And we can get an influence. 12 to 14 is 26, and so we need an influence of 10. Influence of 10. Influence of 10. Forge influence of 10. Is that possible? Probably. Let me check my various... Alright, where's my cheat sheet? I say cheat sheet, it's basically a text file where I've recorded a whole bunch of stuff. A whole bunch of information on this game. Okay. Hardgrail, Moth Lantern, Forge. Hardgrail, Moth Lantern, Forge. Alright. Forge 6. Edge 10. So. Oh, that's interesting. If I could go to... Yeah, alright. Well, the tricky part... Okay, I could get to the spider's door. The problem is, in order to get to the spider's door, you have to basically sacrifice somebody. Which is... I mean, we are a cult, so we do that sort of thing. We can do that. That's... We can get to the peacock door. That's fine. But... The spider's door is our best bet for getting a forge influence. I could get a I could get a forge one at the stag door. Then I'd have to increase it with lantern. Lantern 6. Huh. So, alright, I guess the whole point, I can probably just win the game if I do that. I would have to get prisoners. And I would have to summon King Crucible. I mean, I have King Crucible right here. I can probably summon him again. I got everything except Vac. Huh. So, Grunwald's Permanent Circus. Tower Rebek. Okay. Well. Alright. Alright, let's... First of all, we have to get rid of notoriety. How much money do we have? 30, which is really not that much. Well, hey, that's enough for a while. What are we doing here? We're reading the Gospel of Zacchaeus. Okay. So... Okay, we got rid of notoriety. Excellent. Let us go to Tower Rebek. Tower Rebek. All right. Slee, Leo, some money. We will have to search assiduously to find whatever treasures might remain. And if the tower was truly destroyed in a battle between adepts, dangerous influences may still cling to it. It's a bad place. Okay. Well, alright. So... yeah. I could go back to work. I don't want to go back to work. Alright, let's see. The book includes a description of a rite which can be used to raise a corpse to half-life in memory of he who bled for the wood. It requires a corpse and sufficient power. The author suggests an invocation of winter lore and an assistant touched by the powers of the wood. Oh, Rite of the Mother's Mercy. Interesting. That's one I've used every now and then, I think. The assistant is offered in sacrifice to the Mother Ants, but the Mother knows healing as well as poison, and she will be merciful, accepting the substitute as a lesser offering. Usually, the experience is not reassuring for the assistant. So we offer an ingredient. We invoke something. We have an assistant. All right, cool. King Crucible is about to run out. Oh, I should study something. I don't have any forge. All right. On Matthias and the Amethyst Imago Pursuit. Translated from Aramaic. The expedition continues. Let's send in Cat Caro. King Crucible is about to leave. Okay. King Crucible burns low. King Crucible's fires have sunk to a lesser heat for now. Blackened traces remain, like the bones of coal. The bones of coal. So, what this does, it's kind of interesting. Once you summon King Crucible, you can't summon him for a while. He goes off and does other stuff. And so that's what this card represents. It represents he's unavailable. But, if you look, it's also got this aspect remnant. Once another wore this flesh. It's like a corpse, basically. Blackened traces remain like the bones of coal. It's like a corpse. And that doesn't become important in this playthrough, but in another playthrough it might. Anyways, we'll almost certainly find this hidden door. Good. Okay. I got 29 money. I don't need to do any work. Translated this. Now we study it. Matthias defied us to hunt the names of the moth in the wood, to populate his pin collection. The amethyst imago had dallied with the witch and sister, but she had returned to the wood to plead the moth's pardon. The moth, as a whim or penance, sent her out to lure the long to a slough of nightmares. We're about to get sick. So, let's go work somewhere where we have to haul stuff around. Oh, this became... Alright. The light influence became fascination. Fortunately, I have a fleeting influence, and there, it's taken care of. What else we got? Okay. I wonder if I should stream Book of Hours. Book of Hours is very slow-paced. I mean, some people would watch it and enjoy it, I'm sure. I don't know. I don't know if it's the kind of thing... You know, it takes a long time to get anywhere. Matthias loved the imago. Did he? Can long love, or has that organ of their soul desiccated beyond repair? The imago loved Matthias. Did she? Or did she only enact a whim? He pursued her through the wood, but at the last she turned aside from the nightmare slough, and they lay together where the bounds grow bright. So they learnt the Grail's pleasures, and this is the lore they won. Okay. My health has become sickness. Oh, here we go. Exotic cravings. What hungers drive us? The shaping heat. I require ever hotter fires. Their fuel now is rare and costly. If I cannot afford them, the cold will overtake me. We call upon the Ringu, who is renewed. Okay, good. Good. What else can I study? 26 enticements, 7 torments. The painter, Niels Frederick Malsker, notoriously attempted to paint a series of paintings based on the torments. By the 5th torment, the demands of the painting had grown so dire that he died of blood loss. The diagrams in this text are thankfully less detailed. Translate it. All right. Let's see. King Crucible burns low. I'm getting closer to my ascension. I wonder if I need the... Do I need that right? I don't think so. Another mark. And some vitality. I'm very vital. The 5th mark. No hair remains on my body. I'm strong, devilishly so. I'm always shivering every moment I'm away from the fire's side. The marks of shaping. Oh, aspect, dangerous. Direct confrontation is always unwise, but in the last resort, if it comes to a struggle, I am very dangerous. That's new. I am now dangerous. I have learned to punch. So... A lot of this stuff I've never even used. And in fact, I mean, there's a lot of the game I haven't explored. The different types of playthroughs have different content. Sometimes they have different content. I just recently learned, it's funny, the first DLC was the Dancer DLC, and that also included a couple more ascensions. You get like a heart ascension and a moth ascension. And I always assumed the only way you could do those is being a dancer. There's like a new starting scenario is the dancer, and you pursue either heart or moth. But actually, you can pursue heart or moth with anybody. You have to talk to Sulochana and basically change your desire to a desire for something else. Whoops, that's weird. All right. But I'm going on to Ascension Power. So it's way too late for me to do Change or Moth. The enticements of the Grail outnumber its torments, but its torments are its final nature. Birth is the first torment, and thirst the seventh. Huh. Okay. So, there are a couple of things. Ba-bum, bum, bum, ba-bum. All right, King Crucible is totally gone. Totally gone. A long delayed conclusion. Beneath the tower is a cramped cellar with cracked slate walls. The proportions, it should be a perfect cube, but somehow there are too many corners. Blue light festers at the junction of ceiling and wall. The floor flexes slowly like the skin of a bubble. It echoes to a stamped foot. What spaces open beneath? Did I miss treasures lie before us? I think I may have. So, we're about to get some notoriety, which is not good. Bundle the books into a sack. Hurry up the handholds to the tower stump. The sky above ripples with cobalt aurorae. The hills around are washed with shutters of blue light. There is a high and singing sound from the stones of the tower as we leave. Lightning cracks from the sky, and suddenly everything is silent. The tower stump is gone. Oh, I got bitter black salts. No ordinary chemist could produce these dark gleaming crystals, not without the touch of the forge. I could paint the forge, but it really wouldn't help. I mean, 12 and 14 is 26, plus 8 is 34. A painting of the forge would only be Forge 8. Just like the painting of the Red Grail is Grail 8. So, I could do that, but it wouldn't, well, I don't know. It wouldn't help. I need something that's at least 10. I need a tool or something that's at least 10. The Twin Serpent Tantra. I got a lot of books to read, but they're all lore that I don't necessarily need. Maybe I should just, oh. Dread? That produced dread. Through the enumeration of the Grail's enticements and torments, winds the sorrowful history of the witches of the dry land. The ordeal of birth from two wombs, their struggle from and supplication of the Grail, the yearning for union which drives them all. Formulae voluptuous. So, how do I get Forge 14? I need... Alright, I got Forge 12. I need Lantern 14. So, I need Lantern 14. This will give me Lantern 12. Oh, no, I need... Alright. I have Forge 12. I need Lantern 12. This will give me Lantern 12. Okay. No problem. No problem. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and... No. Not yet. We gotta get rid of notoriety. I could sell some of this stuff to get money, if I needed it. I could sell my... I probably couldn't sell the painting of... oh, I could. I could sell the painting. I could sell the painting of the Red Grail. And then do it again. Yes, we are... Our notoriety has vanished. Excellent. Now let's do this thing. This will get us money. How are we doing? Provide erudition or use a library. That's why I live in a bookshop. That's why I live in a bookshop, so I got books. Alright. Got some money from her. And it's secret occult money, so I have to sell it at an auction. Got money from Dr. Ibn Aladim. Got money from Count Jannings. What do you need? Use a sanctuary and open soul skill. Paradoxical resolution. Truth is a serpent. Answers feed its appetites. A paradoxical resolution. Fortunately, I have an open soul skill, which means I'm very creative, I think. Get some more money. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. So, talking to my patrons creates mystique, and this guy's going to hang around until he's sorted through all the mystique, which doesn't matter. You got nothing on me, copper. Use a library. Yes, okay. All right. Illumination challenge. Let's get rid of this. Let's give Poppy Lascelles her winter lore. She's creepy. Bum, 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 bum. Does Madame Bechet need anything? You know, it's funny. I was just thinking, tomorrow, well, on Sundays, I usually stream Eternal Darkness, right? One of the things I love about Eternal Darkness is that it takes place in many different time periods, and you kind of see things build up over the centuries. And another game I felt like playing recently is Chrono Trigger. I played Chrono Trigger, you know, several times. I played through it several times over the years. I still have my Super Nintendo copy. Oh, Grail? No, it's not quite right. Okay. So, I still have my copy on the Super Nintendo. And there's a remake on Steam. I haven't played the remake on Steam. Apparently it's pretty good. But, the other thing about Chrono Trigger, of course, is that you see things unfold over centuries. So, you know, that's interesting. And one of the other things about Eternal Darkness is that it's all occult stuff, and you learn about it, and you grow in power over the game. Ah. Mantra of Ascent. The ascent of knives is the bloodiest the watchman's test. Those who pass it and are dead enter the service of the sun in rags. Those living who pass it are a little closer to the glory. Right, now we've got 12. Okay. Now we can subvert the glorious lore. The Magus Julian Cosley claims the Forge of Days split the sun. Perhaps he was right. So, we're going to use up our lantern lore and turn it into forge lore. Grail, a substantial investigation. Good. Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of that. I don't think I'm going to be doing any more exploring. I don't have to. Well, I don't have to, although it would be, you know, if I could get a high-level forge tool, like the Malleus Imperative, that would make things really easy. Otherwise, I have to do this thing where I look for the forge influence with prisoners. Prisoners, how do I get prisoners? I haven't done that in a while. Because in the other... Use a library, okay. Because in the other playthroughs, in the Lantern and the in the Lantern and the Grail ones, you have to get prisoners. And it's quite creepy. In the Forge one, you don't have to get prisoners, although I think I'm going to do it so that I can visit the spider's door. And also we need health, because we're about to get sick. Okay. Energetic bidding. Alright, I'm back up to 40 gold. I believe, I've always assumed that one funds, it wasn't gold, it's funds. It's funds. Enough to support me for a little while in adequate comfort. I always assume this is like a month's, you can live for a month with one funds. So if I have 40, I can live at least 3 years without doing any work whatsoever. So, let's sell the rest of this. These patrons, they have a lot of money. It's all tied up in occult spintrier. Open soul skill. Good. Paradoxical resolution. Alright, got some vitality. Got some money. Let's edge. Edge commission. I mean, I'm not even sure why I'm doing these commissions. I feel like just because just so I really have enough money. Really have enough money. She wants a forge commission. Interesting. Ba-bum, bum, bum, ba-bum. Yes. How are we doing? Paradoxical resolution challenge. Use a library. Yes, I'm already in the library. Edge. That's good. Now, how do I get prisoners? Let's summon the... Oh, Fleeting Reminiscence. That's just what I wanted. Let's summon a Raw Prophet. I think this will work. Well, whatever. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Oh, yeah, that's right. Where is my summoner? Neville, get over here, Neville. Library. All right. And yeah, let's go ahead and just... Okay. Silver Spintria. Sell that. Oh, wait. Cracked? Okay. Okay. Risk your health or use a prisoner. That's interesting. Forge requires a lot of exertion. Gotta risk my health. Okay. Got some money. Okay. 50. We're up to 50 money. That's good. Alright, I got a raw profit. Raw profit. So... just to be on the safe side, I'm going to summon another one. One weird trick to get lots of monsters. Good. I resolved a practical challenge. Okay. We are getting close. Now I understand. But as I was saying... Oh, here we go. Exotic cravings. Oh, I got another raw profit. Good. Another raw profit. So. Okay. What we're going to do... Is this going to work? Probably not. Huh. Let's see. Sunset at noon. There are arts in forge which may split even the sun. I've subverted my lantern lore to forge. Mysteries of making. The forge of days, the meniscate, and the madrigad are gods from light. Mercury, silver, and gold are the seeds of the work, and here's their secret doctrine. 14. We're getting close. Mysteries of making. 14 forge lore. Meanwhile, how the end will begin. The Book of Bleak Prophecy. This is in back. I can't read it yet. Maybe I should try going to the Peacock store. That's one way to easily get back. Let's see. Spider's door, Peacock's door. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Sure, why not? But I can't... Ah, well, that's the thing. I can't go to... See, okay. The Peacock's door. In order to get to the Peacock's door, you need a mirror. And I have a mirror, but it's cracked. So I have to fix it. I have to fix my mirror. You need a mirror or you need... Well... There is also a Knock 12 artifact called the Frangiclave, which is a key. And if you can get that, you can go and it just opens the door. But that is quite rare. I need a bronze Spintria. Yes, okay. Bronze Spintria. I can get one from Madame Bichet. Good. Meanwhile, the Furious Tantra. As later transcribed by the medium and pyrotechnician Jacob Oliver Top Mugglestone, tradition has it that he found it seared in the bark of an oak by lightning. Okay. So that's good. We got to do that. We got to get to the spider's door, I believe. Is this going to do anything? Another mark. It is difficult to bend my limbs. I have so many scars. I prefer not to expose my face to the public gaze. I can hold a hot coal in my hand and I feel nothing, although there is the faintest smell and the softest sizzling. This is the 6th mark. Okay, I believe I am now ready. Okay, so that did not do anything. Huh. Okay. Huh. Let me see. All right. All right. Apparently the easiest way to get... All right, so I was sending out my raw prophet and hoping it would grab a prisoner for me, but it did not. Okay. Apparently the easiest way to get a prisoner is to go out yourself. Search the city. So you go out and search the city. Alright, Madame Bichet can give me a bronze Spintria, right? Meanwhile, studying the Tantra. This Tantra describes the uses and dangers of anger. It cautions that anger does not always survive transformations. Interesting. Oh, I found the Ecdysis Club. Had I not found the Ecdysis Club? That's weird. Let's keep looking. So, alright. And let's do some more commissions. Why not? Okay, bronze Spintria. Now, Valcian. I need you to fix this. We can begin to repair this, but it will take at least a bronze Spintria to purchase the necessary materials. Okay. Overlooked place. Streets strange by moonlight. No. Not what I wanted. Keep going. A hireling. This will buy their loyalty for now. Alright. I require ever hotter fires. That's fine. The freest Tantra. A full moon appears, creatures are reborn, and even a lizard should not be slain, for it could be you. Huh? Alright, operation of the Labite. I had one of those already. That's some edge lore. Some very edgy lore. Rite of the Rebel Striving. This rite enacts the teaching of the Forge of Days. The artisan may achieve their highest goal only by destroying their most precious tool. The lionsmith knew this when he shattered his sword before the colonel. So my assistant must destroy a chosen instrument. Okay, so that's one of those where you sacrifice a tool. Cool. But not immediately useful. Let's see. The Sky, the Soul. The Grand Labor of Kala. An ascetic poet writing at the court of the Shadowless Kings. I feel like I read this one already. But I can... If I have another copy, I can read it again. Maybe. I mean, the game doesn't necessarily store which ones you've read and which ones you haven't. So... whatever. Let's do this commission. My follower needs a bronze Spintria or better to complete their task. Of course, you can use better ones. Spintria value. Spintriae are the currency of the hidden world. Some Spintriae are worth more than others, but don't expect to get change. This is not a grocery. Yeah, so I can use the silver one if I have to. Another mark. Alright. 6 is the maximum. It goes up until 6, and then you have to ascend. A bomb maker. Perhaps we shouldn't discuss politics just yet. Oh, look at that. He's got Forge 5 and Edge 3, which is interesting because, I mean, that makes him better than my Forge followers. My Forge followers, they just have Forge 5. Well, that's okay. The mirror is repaired. It shines again as it did once before. Wildering mirror. A multiplicity of vistas. A bewilderment of views. Gaze upon me and rejoice in the dissolution of your senses. Alright, so, just for fun, let's go to the Peacock's Door. In my dreams, I know the path through the glass garden to the Peacock's Door. The most admirable of doors, the door which shines like a mirror. Perhaps with the right resources, I can pass it. The Peacock's Door reflects the mirror I hold in my sleep, and the mirror reflects the Peacock's Door. Already a sensuous shiver ripples its surface. It aches for fracture, and when it finds that satisfaction, I will enter. Lewd? All right. So this, what was I doing? Oh yeah. How do I? Ah, there we go. Betray and imprison a follower. This one must serve another purpose now. Into the cupboard they go. Into the cupboard with you. I've locked this one away safely. While they're screaming and raving, when their screaming and raving subsides, I will subdue them properly. A follower betrayed. This one rails weakly against their fate. Did that create notoriety? Man, I didn't even know that would create notoriety. I mean, what does anybody care if a bomb maker goes missing? Kala's verses are brief, obscure, and often dominated by images of violence. A star is a pinprick, but the sun is a wound. Oh, but I have a... Okay, I have a raw prophet. Okay. Alright. I completed this thing. Let's talk to the Count, see if he needs anything. Let's get more raw profits. Good. More raw profits. Commission. Edge. Substantial. Alright. Madame Bichet. That will give us another bronze. Oh, this... A follower betrayed. Does it just stay there? I thought they ran out. Forge commission. Okay, good. Right. Oh, back to the Mantis we go. All right, we're at the Peacock Door. We could visit the Worm Museum. We could visit the Red Church. But what I wanted is Scholar Vac. Last night I opened the Peacock Door, and afterwards it spoke to me. I am Vac, it boasted, both the tongue and the goddess. I am the only entrance into secret light. I was worshipped before, you upright apes, and I will still when all of you are ugly ash. Listen and I will prove it. I woke with my mouth full of words. Oh, and my mirror is cracked. Well, that's okay. That was the only thing I wanted. Right. That's nothing. Right. Scholar Vac. Before gods arose from blood, before ever apes stood upright, this was the language heard in the house of the sun. So, we finally have all the languages and we can read any book. What are we doing now? We're reading Sky of the Soul. Okay. Cool. That is good. Oh. So, the officer was unable to actually make evidence out of all these claims. It is always possible to be deader, Kala states. The watchman goes before. None but 7 may go after. Yet surely we are born to the glory as the sparks fly upwards. Formulae concursat. The concursum waits at the lantern of the Mantis. It has been called the Chamber of Ways and also the Chamber of Endings. Its intricacies are probably beyond human comprehension, but these formula are a first approximation. Also, fascination. Let's get rid of that. Formulae concursat. That's good. That's some high lantern lore. That's good. On the matter and deeds of serpents, this was probably the prophecies of the Naga, rendered into English and illustrated by William Midnight in Paris in the 1880s. But it shows a number of divergences from that text. It's certainly quite recent by the standards of VAC texts. Let's go ahead and translate this book. And we're going to get some random erudition. Cool. Now then, all right, I've got 2 raw profits. Oh, I don't even need them anymore because I'm, well, yeah, In theory, I don't need them anymore. I'm getting rid of my notoriety, if it works. So, let's do this commission. I don't really need to. So, I have my prisoner. I'm getting rid of fascination. That's good. I got 40 money. That's fine. I'm getting rid of notoriety. There it goes. Now. The serpent folk called the Great Hooded Princes came to know the order called the House of Lethe and warred across the miles with them. They made an alliance with the Mother Ants, whose children they had been. So, now I want to go... wait, where's my... Okay. My cheat sheet. Oh, interesting. Okay. We're going to go through the spider's door. In my dreams, I know the path through the silken sands to the spider's door. If I slake its thirst by spilling fresh blood before I sleep, it will open to me. Actually, let's wait just a moment and see if we actually do get rid of notoriety. Because if not, things are bad. I did this commission. And let's do one more commission. So. Good. No more notoriety. So, spider's door. The spider's door is always thirsty. In caps. Always. The blood I have given leaks in threads and spills through the sand of the world. And the door drinks it, and a moment's satisfaction swells its opening until I can pass. Okay. Right. So if I get what I want, I should be very close. The text describes how the Great Hooded Princes escaped, or will escape, from the Fifth History, where they had died, or were doomed to die. They engaged in a secret conquest of the land of the Great River, called India in some histories, and have ensured that all other conquests of that land are false conquests. Formulae Ophidian, serpents are the visitors which may not be denied. Knock 10, that is powerful knock lore. Cool. As also, that had dread inside it. That's not good. That had dread inside it, so we should probably do something about that. I'm doing a commission. Alright. In the mountains as upon the plain. Let's do this one. The best way I found to get rid of dread is to get contentment from painting. Forage, a brief discussion. Okay. I'm starting to feel hungry. All right. Paint, paint, paint. And let's do a portrait of Dorothy. All right. Through the spider's door. Pounding airs, which is a powerful heart influence. The Chamber of Waves and the Maliary. So, if I'm lucky, something in the Maliary will have what I want. Aha! And incandescence. All right. Last night in the Mamsis, I visited the Maliary, from whose engines and avenues one does not emerge unchanged. I watched the processes of sunset, and I entered the amber joy, and the white joy, and the blue joy, and I was subjected to the enlightenments of calcination, and the Forge of Days touched me with her burnished fingers, and I rise from my bed with the utter knowledge that all nights, all nights, all nights must end. Okay. An incandescence. Change follows fire. A 15th order influence. This might be the personal attention of an hour. This can be used in some rites to summon minions. Alright, so this thing, it lasts, well, in theory it lasts for 60 seconds. We can work with that. 15 plus 14. is 29. So I only need something that has a... oh, I need something that has a forge of 8. 4. Oh, if I had the... Well, if I did the forge painting, I could do it. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I think I can do it with this. Well, let's find a right. Let's find a right. I need 7, right? What's going on here? Oh yeah, they're painting. Good. I'm painting. Good. All right, we are very close to winning, I believe. I just want to get rid of... I want to get some contentment to get rid of dread. Just in case. I didn't get any contentment? That's annoying. In the mountains as upon the plain, there may not be a path where none has passed. Ninagala tells a number of lively stories about riddling ogres and wars between mountain tribes, but turns somber in the tale of the empty-handed hunter, a lover of the Grail, who sought to match her appetites and join her as an hour, but in the end rent and devoured himself, giving his name to the mountains he had once roamed. The Rending Mountains. Yes. Right. Incandescent. Okay, so... Sunset right. Okay. Well, let's hold on just a minute. Sunset right. Ascension power. Good. The 7th mark. The 7th mark is the conflagration of the heart. I am close. Close as the flame is to the candle. I will need all the power of the forge I can muster to at least the 36th degree of intensity. 14. 29. And if I had a follower or a summoned creature of forge. That's only 34. Oh, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. There's another thing. You can increase... Let's see. You can increase... You can increase the... You can increase the aspects of the follower. So, a quarter of the tool's value rounded up. I would need 8. All right. So, there are two ways I could do it. There are 3 ways I could do it. I could summon King Crucible, use him as the assistant. Or I could paint the forge, and I think there's probably a right. Right of the Rebel Striving? I'm not sure. I have to look at that. Right of the map's edge, maybe? But, I could paint the forge, or I could paint the forge and give it to a follower. Well, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and try that. Yeah, I can do that. I can totally do that. So, except I just painted something. I just painted something in an attempt to cheer myself up, but it did not work. All right. What is the right of the map's edge? Invocation, Offering instrument. Oh yeah, this will work. So, I mean, this would, if I paint the forge, put the painting in here, put the lore in here, and the incandescence in here. That would definitely work. I'm gonna... Alright. First, I have to... I got a lot of mystique. Alright. What we're gonna do... Oh yeah, we have to preserve this because I went to so much trouble to get it. We have to preserve that. Let's get a lot of mystique going. And as soon as my passion refreshes, I'll be able to paint again. Oh, you know what? I mean, I really don't have to worry about this dread because usually you get dread from restlessness, which comes from your desire. But I'm already so far along the path that I'm not going to get any more restlessness. So this dread, I can only find dread from, you know, sometimes it pops up from the Mansis. Sometimes it comes from books that I study. As long as I avoid those things, I'm not going to get any more dread. Plus, I'll probably get the Season of Tranquility, which will pop some contentment. So, this dread will go away pretty soon. If I paint the forge, it'll give me notoriety. With any luck, that won't matter. Ninagala claims that the Hours, who sometimes manifest as birds, the laughing thrush, the ivory dove, the beach crow, and the witch and sister, meet at a secret location on a mountain top to exchange gossip unheard by their peers. Now and then a mortal overhears them. The mortal is always obliterated, and the meeting place always changed. Unresolved ambiguity. In the Mansis, the Hours strive one against another. As the struggles are resolved, they iron out the impossible, exalt the possible, tie the fraying braids of what has been into one golden ribbon of future. Everything is resolved. History becomes the past. There are, however, exceptions. Exploring with this scrap of knowledge may uncover secret locations in the Rending Mountains, 3,000 miles away among the wreck of the oldest empires. I suspect that's supposed to be in the Middle East somewhere. Anyway, this is Secret Histories 10. Centipede Testament, Moth 10. That is quite the book. Let's go ahead and hunt for treasures in the Rending Mountains. The Rending Mountains, it has been said, tear the flesh of history. It's generally only been said by people like Christopher Lopley, but still, they are a good region to find the places that daylight history does not recognize. How's my passion? My passion is back. Let us paint the forge. Okay. That's way more than I need, but fine. Let's preserve that. There is a lot of this game I haven't shown off. I could spend money on better paints, or perhaps I could find more exotic pigments. Bitter black salts. Because there are different paths. I mean, okay, so the Lantern Ascension and the Grail Ascension are not very different. You have to get 36 Lantern, 36 Grail, whatever. The interesting thing is that you have to find prisoners and sacrifice them, basically. So that's the thing you have to do in those paths, and that becomes very tricky to get rid of all the notoriety and the evidence. But it's still not that different. There are different paths. The Heart and the Moth Ascensions are... You have to do a lot... You have to do even more exploration. More exploration. You have to do a lot of exploration and do that stuff. I don't think you need prisoners or anything like that. The medium or the ghoul ascension, I kind of like that one. It's quite creepy. Basically, you have to search out interesting corpses and consume them. Which, you can just find one laying around, but you have to search out the interesting one. So you have to go like explore into somebody's tomb and get the dust of his body and then put it into tea and consume it. And that gives you a memory of something from long ago. So you're supposed to accumulate all of these memories. And that is what you do in that one. There's the knock ascension is also fun. Actually, that one is interesting because I've always felt there might be a way to speedrun it. In that one, you become a priest, and you have to get certain like you have to get, I don't remember what it is. You have to get lore level 8 for every particular aspect. So you have to get Forge 8, you have to get Grail 8, you have to get a Lantern 8, yeah. And you do a thing for each one of them. And then you have to do some other tricks involving your health. But you don't necessarily need to explore everywhere. So that's interesting. You see, in my playthrough, I haven't done much exploration at all, really. There are a lot. I mean, these forbidden epics, the land beyond the forest across the continent, and unresolved ambiguities, there are a lot of places I haven't gone to. So that's why I'm saying I haven't shown very much. Oh, the really interesting thing, once you do a Forge, Lantern, or Grail Ascension, you can do a New Game Plus, basically, which is even tougher. The Apostle Ascensions. So I might do that. But that is... I mean, I've done them. I've done all 3 of them, but they are definitely tricky. Plus, there's one more mode called the Exile, which kind of tosses all this out the window and has entirely new mechanics where you're running around the world trying to avoid occult debt collectors. And, the occult debt collectors, debt collectors, bounty hunters, imagine, imagine Boba Fett crossed with Aleister Crowley. Or, I mean, actually, imagine Boba Fett crossed with Alucard from Hellsing. And that's the kind of people who are chasing you in the Exile. So, that one is tough. And I actually haven't played Exile very much. At all, really. So I might do that. But for the moment, I think we are on the cusp of actually winning this game. Oh, I'm not going to do that. What have I... All right, we're going to do the Forge. We're going to give the Forge to a follower, and then we're going to do that thing. Right. So, well, we can study something else. The account of Kanishk at the Spider's Door. Oh, well, I don't want to get anything that will give me dread. That would be bad. Let's translate the Silver Book. And this influence, we have to preserve that one for a bit. This guy's gonna... Alright, so this guy's gonna hang around and get all the mystique, and he might actually find some of the notoriety. So that's going to be rough, but I may be about to win. Oh, I got contentment. Good. Oh. Hunt for treasures in the Rending Mountains. This place merits closer investigation. The Eye of Ikirmawi. We have read of a sultan who, 800 years ago, could sleep only beneath the stars. He ordered the construction of this observatory so that the stars could be accurately depicted on the ceiling of his bedchamber. Regrettably, the stars they saw were not safe for the unprotected human mind. The Sultan's successor ordered the observatory sealed. The stars were right, or actually not right at all. So. Oh, that's interesting. It popped an influence. Only 6. Interesting. So. The Forge of Days. If the forge could regret, it would regret the intercalate, but in all its other work it knows joy. The intercalate, yeah, is when the sun was split. And supposedly, this is reflected in human history when there was a big calendar change. I don't actually know much about that. But if I'm right, I should be able to bestow this on one of my followers to increase their strength. I want to choose one of my forge followers, Tristan, Valcian, or Laidlaw. Yeah, let's go with Valcian. I always liked Valcian. I don't know why, but, you know. Gift a tool to a follower. Power will pass from my hands to theirs. This will increase a follower's relevant aspect, but you can never reclaim the tool, nor gift them a second tool. A gift will reduce resentment. Well, we don't have any resentment. Also, 2 notoriety. And a whole bunch of glimmerings and other crap. If I'm lucky, this policeman will occupy himself with all of this mystique and never get to the notoriety before it goes away. I doubt I'm going to be that lucky. But I believe I'm about to win. So. Whoa. No. Let's. Okay. How much money do we have? 36? That's good. Why does it take so long to hand over a painting? Look, it's a painting. Here's the painting. Just take the painting. Why does it take 60 seconds? Whatever. I'm getting nervous. We're about to win. All right, come on, guys. This is something that cannot be given away or something that no one would accept. Not all gifts are suitable. Really? Well, it's a unique masterpiece, so I guess that's okay. I guess that makes sense. The Silver Book. Members of the Ordo took an oath, the Silver Chain, that forbade men to lie with women, or women with men. For what may come is not always the crime of the sky, yet that is a furious danger. It was apparently permissible for men to lie with men and women with women. In fact, Burzgash suggests that should be encouraged to distract from other temptations. That's a position you don't often hear, right? Basically, occult people are not supposed to have children. And so, men and women can never lie together. Because we really do not want any children. Right. I could not give the painting, but I can just use the painting in the ritual, right? Right to the map's edge. Right to the map's edge. Forge of Days. Offering. Desire. The conflagration of the heart. I have been in the flames so many times, the plates of my flesh grate one against another. I conjure now the heat of the forge, which will sear for me what I was. I will die as I pass the tricuspid gate, but death is not the end. I will be immortal, a long favored of the forge. Any follower used in the ritual will be consumed. If you care about who you might leave behind, be careful. Yeah, I'm not using any followers. Actually, let's... Okay, so we're about to win 2 notoriety. Okay. But I just want to go... I mean, I started studying this book. Let's go and see what is in the book. Yeah. But there are a whole bunch of locations I haven't visited. You know, if you get all the way up to Secret Histories 12, is it? Or even 14? You get to a place called Port Noon, which is a tropical island filled with retired immortals. So that's interesting. The manual prescribes potential countermeasures to protect those who might be tempted to go against the oath. Masks, disfigurement, severe poetic disciplines. Those who do break it are to be punished with death, although there are lesser punishments prescribed for various acts that don't involve actual coitus. An invocation is included, which was used to incorporate these punishments into summoning rites. Right, so we're going to punish you for giving somebody a blowjob. And this punishment will let us summon something. The chain of logic. I mean, there is a chain of logic here, but it's something only a twisted occultist could come up with, right? Right. So, right of the map's edge, conflagration of the heart, influence, Forge of Days, painting, mysteries of making, 37. Beloved, if you have a love interest, you can bring them with you. Otherwise, you go alone and you leave your cult behind. It's blinking. The conflagration of the heart. For a little while I dwell in the high rooms of the mantis, and then I return through the high tricuspid gate, and my body stirs in the ashes. I am hairless and imperishable as marble, and the forge's fire still burns within me. I carry the shaping strength. I will not grow old. Perhaps I will rebel. Perhaps one day I will rise even higher. Congratulations on a standard power victory. You have wrestled the game to its knees. There are other paths. Okay. We have one Cultist Simulator. We have become immortal. But is there more? There's always more. So this one, the medium, everyone knows I speak with the dead. I have been called a prophet and a ghoul. I have no reason to disabuse them of their illusions. That's the one where you seek out corpses to consume. The bright young thing, endowed from birth with wealth and talent. A life of ease, comfort, and delight stretches ahead like an amber carpet. Apostle Estuant. Our great shaper is grown powerful, and they have powerful enemies. They will remain in hiding while I serve as their instrument. All right, let's go ahead and start this, because the only way to get to here is by winning a forge. The one who shaped us has ascended to a higher state. In one history, at least. The past is uncertain, but I will tend the crucible for their next ascension. A favored place. For so long I waited at the left hand of our shaper. Now the time has come for me to lead the great work. Our organization has some resources. Enough for a while, but I will need to find other means of support. 7 funds. Our cause. I'm not alone. My allies and my shaper. The temple unceasing. It's my cult. It's back. This time, it's personal. Leo, a Tarantellist. Leo will preserve at all costs. He will not cease. Janus, our shaper. The one who raised us, the one who made us what we are, the one who waits in exile and will rise when we bring the dawn. Right. Work, study. What do I recall? I have embellished safe secrets. Health. Reason. No live organism can continue for long to exist sanely under conditions of absolute reality. Shirley Jackson. Weigh the wood. Oh, that's good. Way through the stag door. I've answered its riddle. Oh, okay. We skipped that whole thing. Furnace Paean. This is a hymn that the heat sings to the iron. Way the white door. All right. So, we know all these ways through the Mansis, and we can start grinding. We have very high forge lore. Place to begin. Where were we? We were in a bookshop. In our meeting place, I shall consider the commands I was given. Oh, temporary headquarters. Dawnbreaker technique. The Shaper speaks. I must enact the forge. Set a carcass spark at the engine's heart. Awaken it with the highest mysteries. Prepare the fiercest alchemy to fuel it. Find the flaw in the place at the land's edge that has the same name in every history. Bring the device there, with the biting key that Sulochana the Lygian knows. Evoke the forge's greatest heat, employ the most potent mysteries of opening, and I will attend your dissolution. Oh boy. So, even I am having a little trouble with this, but set a carcass spark at the engine's heart. The carcass spark is a very high item, so we have to go exploring a bunch of places to find it. It's a high-level tool. Awaken it with the highest mysteries. I think it means the highest forge. We just got that in the last game. Prepare the fiercest alchemy. That's a thing. I remember doing this before, but I can't remember how. The flaw in the place of the land's edge that has the same name in every history. Is that Port Noon? I'm not sure. Bring the device there with the biting key that Sulochana the Lygian knows. Well, we know who Sulochana is. She hangs around the Ecdysis Club. Evoke the forge's greatest heat. That's probably an influence, which I got last game. Employ the most potent mysteries of opening. Mysteries of opening, that's the highest level of knock lore. So, we have to accumulate a large amount of rare items. Mentor, our secret ruler who commands our loyalty, who shall rise still higher through our works. Right. Oh, and what's this? What's coming? Who's coming? So, let's see. Our Shaper wishes to change the order of the world and even of the Mansis. There will be opposition. Passion. Dull minds are never either intuitive or mathematical. Blaise Pascal. Someone has arrived. In candle flames and hearth fires, in the hanging sway of smoke. The omens are certain. A great enemy of our Shaper has come to the city. Someone who would prevent our work. So, we got talk. We got dream. We got study. And we got travel. And... all right. The immortal in the shadows ponders their next move. A shadowy presence, their power is formidable, their identity is yet unknown. Once the Long's might, connections, or starlight reaches 3, it may be possible to unmask them. Alright, so... I guess I just gotta start again. Finding people. Okay. So, all right. I think I'm going to stop here. It's been 1.5 hours, and I won that playthrough and started another playthrough. So probably next week I'll, I really like this game, so I'll just go ahead and keep streaming it, right? So, and tomorrow I believe will be Eternal Darkness, and it's really interesting to me. Chrono Trigger, as I was saying, goes through different areas. Eternal Darkness goes through different areas and has you studying occult stuff. And Cultist Simulator has you studying occult stuff. There's more, I don't know, there's more possible design space there, more games that can be made. But anyway, for now, we're going to Move to the outro. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, that's interesting. Abby is playing Phasmophobia. I have been to a couple of her streams. She's cool. I hung out and chatted and stuff. So, yeah. I'm going to... go ahead and raid into Abby. Yeah, okay. So, you can go ahead and go into Abby if you want, or go off to do whatever. Just be kind, and have a good rest of your whatever.